Well, when it comes to Vikings and dragons, no one has stolen our hearts like Hiccup and Toothless in the hit trilogy How to Train Your Dragon.
Now the dynamic duo is gearing up for their final adventure as they uncover a hidden world and some new friends. Take a look.
Well, look who it is. Oh, hey, it's really nice to finally... So great. Not a word.
Oh, and voice of Hiccup, Baruchel joins us now. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so fans are so excited and actually getting really emotional over just the trailer. Does it have the same effect on you, like when you finally see the trailer?
Oh, definitely, especially because, like, you know, most of what I do is just talking to a microphone.
Yeah.
And as unglamorous a location as you can find, there's a recording studio.
Yeah.
And then after 3 years, I get to see that, and so yeah, very emotional.
So it's 3 years, wow. Yeah. So where do your adventures take you this time?
So on this one, Hiccup is now the chief of Burke, and everything he's fought for, which is a sort of paradise where Vikings and dragons can coexist, has finally come to pass. But in this one, he's kind of forced into an existential crisis. He's got to ask himself if what he's fought for, if dragons and Vikings coexisting, is actually the best thing for either of them, which is it's just going to be a hard one.
Yeah. Tears.
Yeah, likely, highly likely.
Yeah.
So 3 movies, you've been doing this for 12 years.
Yeah.
Did you approach playing Hiccup differently for each movie? Because he, of course, evolved.
Sure, yeah. I think that's a terrific question. I think on the first one, I was kind of just remembering and channeling where I was at in elementary and high school, where you're kind of square peg and you might be slightly at odds with the culture you're born to, and you have to, you know, figure out a way to thrive in it. In this one now, he's got far more responsibility than he did once upon a time, and now so do I. I've getting married, I got a house, I moved my mom and stepdad down the street from us, I got a car, all sorts of stuff to worry about, so I get that.
Life has changed.
Yes,
Indeed.
definitely.
Well, like you said, you're in a recording studio. You're by yourself when you're doing this, but I imagine you've been on a journey with the whole cast, too. So how did it feel kind of on the last day of doing this? Because I imagine you're like a family at this point.
Oh, definitely. Well, there was sadly, there was precious little fanfare, and I don't know if that's just because Dean, the director, and I are both Canadian, and neither of us wants to be accused of making a fuss about something. But we went in, and it was just business as usual, and then we finished, and then it was more like, oh, holy smokes, is that it?
Yeah.
And that was it. Oh, yeah, it's been a great 12 years, man.
Bye.
Yeah.
You had to turn your own lights out.
Snuck up on us.
Oh, wow.
Well, another project you're working on is a horror movie, Random Acts of Violence. You wrote, directed, and starred in this. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It marks the culmination of seven years of trying to get this thing made.
Wow, that's a long time.
We fought tooth and nail and finally got her there, and hopefully it's very scary and very harsh and very pretty, and it's an adaptation of a graphic novel, yeah, very, very excited to show the world. It's the literal opposite of the movie I'm here talking about.
Exactly. Who do you play? Can you just tell us quickly who you play?
The movie's about a guy who writes a comic book, driving down from Toronto to New York for Comic-Con, and along the way, we start seeing people getting killed in a fashion very similar to how his killer kills in the books. So that's played by, that character's played by Jesse Williams. I play the owner of the comic book company, and Jordana Brewster plays his girlfriend, and yeah, really great cast. A lot of good-looking people in that.
And yes,
good.
Very opposite of How to Train Your Dragon.
Literal.
I like that you're mixing it up, Jay. All right, well, you can catch How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, in theaters Friday. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, and congrats.
Thank you.